This week on Not Just Another Sex Podcast, I have to ask, if you were to be a dom or a sub, which one would you be?
A dom, for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Have you tried the other side? How do you know you're not a switch? Are you sure you're not a switch? But I've discovered that I have another side.
What other side?
It's definitely a dom side. I would love to be a safe place for other dominant people to to just be there to support them through those
now
other
that
spots.
I think about it,
So I need to know, like, are you sure like you're all dominant, or do you think like you might be a switch? Hey, sugar. I feel like there are so many different things that I need to learn as an adult. I'm this nasty on a regular day, like on a Tuesday. I am your host, Samia Burton, and don't worry, it's not just another sex podcast. Welcome back to Not Just Another Sex Podcast. My name is Samia, and I'm your host for today. We have an amazing episode lined up for you guys, so I'm going to get right into it. Let's start off with these reviews. Clearly, y'all are actually listening to me, and that really touched my heart because y'all are like dropping reviews, y'all reposting and shit. It's amazing. It's like y'all like the show. Anyways, this is from... Look, y'all wrong for this. Y'all could have phonetically spelled this shit on here. Her name is Latasha Nana. Beautiful name. Latashana. Beautiful name. Lovely. This podcast is everything. I relate to my Aries sister. Okay. I relate to my Aries sister, Samia, in so many ways. She inspires us younger women to be comfortable saying what we want sexually and embracing who we really are. I also love the mental and spiritual topics on the show. Oh, thank you, girl. Long story short, these episodes make my hour drive to work worth it. Keep being great, girl. We love you. Thank you so much, gorgeous. I really appreciate that because I know as an Aries woman, I used to not like fire signs because it's like there's so much. So I always find that the more that I love fire signs, it's really a reflection of how much I'm growing with how much I love myself, you know? So the fact that you love some me means that you love some you, and I love that for you. All right, so the adult tip. Oh, wait. I'm not even by myself today. Like, I got a whole guest, you know. So I'm going to let my guest introduce himself. Say, hey, guest.
Hey, y'all. It's yours truly, Orion. And I'm happy to be here. I'm where I'm supposed to be. So if you are seeing this, if you're watching this right now, you're where you're supposed to be. So
you're where you're supposed to be. I'm so excited. Y'all saw how I kept it cool? It was so cool. Okay. So, adult tip of the day. The adult tip of the day is something that we do because one day we look up and like we're the adults, the grown-ups in the room. Like if someone were to pass out, you're the one that they want to like call 911, do CPR, and like, do you know the signs of a stroke and shit like that?
Yeah.
Like, and you be like, damn, I don't know if I know
learn
that. And so the adult tip of the day is just something that we share, whether it's like a tip from your therapist or like just a thought, but something that we can break down into a couple minutes to break down this thing called life that's so big, right? So the adult tip of the day is Central Alt Delete. You remember on the computer?
Oh,
Central
my God,
Alt
yes.
Delete.
Yes.
Okay, so Control. Well, I say Central. Control. Y'all was going to let me say it too. Wasn't nobody going to say nothing?
Well, in the middle.
Y'all scandalous. First it was the name. You see how they doing me today? You saw the name at the top? They didn't even say, hey, just want to let you know this is how you pronounce it. And then today they just going to let me say Central. They like, who the fuck is Central?
Well, we centered, so.
All right. Control, Alt, Delete. Control is control yourself. Alter your thoughts, and delete negativity. And I wanted to just go into each of those just briefly. When I think of control, alt, delete, when I think of control, I really think about like controlling my emotions or my responses rather to my emotions.
Okay.
I think that's very important as we get older because we go through all these therapies and heal yourself and all that shit. But when you do that, people don't understand. You feel things even more.
Oh yeah. When you do the work, you definitely
you feel more. So you do this work because you want to feel more happiness overall, but ultimately that means you're going to feel bad things or be very aware of what your triggers are or ooh, that's jealousy I'm feeling or that's you know what I mean? And sometimes they aren't things that you like.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's what I think of when I think of control. Do you have anything to add to that one?
When I think of control, I think of, you know, my emotions and sometimes my partners, you know, because I ain't never met a woman that ain't want to control me. I'm going to just be honest, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. But yeah, that's when I think control,
Okay. And then alter your thoughts. For me, altering my thoughts was taking myself out of being the main character of everyone else's story. So it changes how I respond and what I expect from others. And it always goes back to like, so say someone messages you or say you message someone, they don't respond for 3 days. The old me would have been like, dang, like just assume something. It's like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, I alter my thoughts. If something comes up like that, I deal with myself, which is, you have no idea what they have going on. Do they know what you have going on? You know what I mean? And if it is urgent, did you let them know, like, hey, not trying to rush you.
Right.
I actually needed to know this right then because they might respond. I know for me, I prioritize contacting people. You know how it is. Like, you stay on the phone with somebody for an hour catching up. I don't have time to randomly do that.
Yeah, same.
You know, so.
But I do it. I do it though.
I don't mind a good conversation. So, but altering your thoughts, not making yourself the center. What is it for you?
That makes me think about whenever I'm dealing with someone, and because I'm a thinker, I'm always in my head, and you know, I can predict what people do or how people are going to react to me. Sometimes when I'm wrong, when my expectations are wrong, you know, and I'm surprised by, you know, whoever's showing up in front of me, sometimes it takes me a while to get my little trailer that I created in my mind about this person or about the situation. Get it out the way. This is it's happening now. Like, this person, whoever you're dealing with, this is what they're coming with right now. So, you know, I find myself altering my ideas of people because a lot of times growing up, like being shy and like being in a shell and then like coming out of your shell, you get excitement from interacting with people. So, you know, sometimes when I interact with people, I think we're on the same, you know, level. We're on the same like thing, you know,
wavelength.
And then it's like, no, they don't have to be there with you. They don't have to, you know. So I have to alter my thoughts.
I feel that. I definitely relate to the having a trailer in your head about how stuff go. I definitely used to be. So I'm a certified lover girl.
Oh yeah.
I am in a lot of odd ways, but I used to always like meet people, and because they would be amazed, like I'm definitely a person that sees the light in everybody else, and it excites me. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, they're amazing. Yeah. But it's like, there's another end to that. They might be amazing, but that don't mean that like they ain't shit. Yeah. They might be amazing, but that doesn't mean like y'all gonna end up happily ever after. Like, I was definitely one of those people. So I had to make a strict boundary with myself on like my thoughts on like daydreaming and making sure that it's reality. I make time to daydream because there's nothing wrong with it. It's very healthy.
See, I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to make time to daydream because my daydreaming thoughts come to me at night. So then I'll be like sitting there thinking, deep thought at night. I'm like, I'm supposed to be asleep right now.
Yeah. I do this, was about to say, so the area that the content house, so we're shooting today at the Something Extraordinary Content House. Make sure that you tapping into the visuals so you can see our wonderful guest, and the set that he's sitting on looks so great against your skin.
I mean, I feel so comfortable with it.
Well, thank you. We'd love to hear that. But I love to go like around the area and look at the houses that are here. Like, that's a big daydreamer for me. Like, I love to,
that's
like,
dope.
I love to see things and think about like how I'm going to
So you're
get
like
there.
a visual.
Absolutely.
Visual. Oh, so you visualize things before you bring them in.
I'm a masturbator and manifester. Truly.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Hey, I done brought a lot of things in
to fruition
with this right hand. Lord have mercy.
With this. For real. Okay, we're gonna get into that later though. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget.
All right.
Control Alt Delete and then delete negativity. All right. I think that's pretty straight to the point. I want to talk about this hand. No, I'm just playing. So, but no, delete negativity. For me, deleting negativity is deleting my victim mindset whenever things are going wrong. Like, you ask for big things, right? We ask for, we want this. Like, I'm driving around, I want this house, I want that house. And a lot of times we don't think about, one, the things that we're going to have to let go to get this thing that we want to gain. Ooh, yes. But also the process that comes with that. How is it that, like, you'll listen to Tabitha Brown, listen to Tyler Perry, listen to these names that have 20-year careers, right? But you're listening to them today. And you're like, well, why? Right, after all this time, after living in a car, a lot of people's big breaks, they were broke.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And so you listen to all these things, and you do think negative thoughts when you're leveling up, when you're changing, I call it in the elevator. A lot of times, like, we're on level like 6, and we strive to get to like level 20 or the highest floor, and the things that it takes to get there, we know that it takes to get there. But when we in it, all of a sudden we flip. We flip on the universe. We flip on God. We flip on everything that's meant to be. Fucking up the plan. And then when you get there, you're going to be like, I'm so glad I went through that. Like, how long are we going to stop acting like this is not the process every fucking time?
It's the absolute process.
It's the process. So I've been working on deleting that negativity from my thoughts.
I received that. I'm going to do that too.
You know?
I mean, I can relate on that, you know, because for me, I've started in this business very young, just working and like taking care of myself. Like, I bought my first phone and had a phone bill since I was like 17. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm 36.
I'm about to say, how old are you?
I'm 36. So, you know, like,
It's a big deal in that time because
it's a huge deal when, you know, my mom, you know, my mom had me very young, but very young I started taking care of myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, deleting those thoughts, those negative thoughts, and that, you know, it's very necessary to keep going on a path because, you know, where I'm even going, I've never seen nobody go. So
yeah,
I can't think negatively, you know.
I can relate to the having a difficult past or having a past that may just be unconventional or things like that. And then you get into this new state where, like you said, you're 36, I'm 31.
Okay.
So really our second life, right? Like our life has started. Like when you're born, you have the cards that you were dealt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, around that
Cards
Saturn.
you keep.
Right. You got the cards that
Yeah.
you keep, right?
Yeah.
So you done put some of them down, like, you know what, these don't work for me. That Saturn return come in when you like 28 years old. And it's like you go through the hardest parts of your life because life is asking you, do you want to stay on this path that was given to you or do you want to create a new one? And for me, I had to accept the past, but now I'm at a stage where I have to just remember it. I can't hold on to it anymore. It's not who I am. It literally doesn't resonate anymore. Like my show is about becoming this sexual woman and all the things that it took for me to get here and accepting. So I have a background with molestation and parentals and them still being together and me, you know what I'm saying? Like getting through all that shit. And I'm using it now to teach, to work and all those things. So I'm talking about it often, but I still have let it go because I've forgiven, I understand, I literally understand that they did the best they could do.
At that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but at the end of the day, I kind of got to like delete those things because it has nothing to do with my today.
Yeah.
It just, it doesn't. So for me,
it's powerful.
I can relate to deleting that negativity of like how things used to be and like trying to, that it really just doesn't fit today. I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, you guys, it's your host, Samia. And for those of you who didn't know, I'm also the CEO and founder of Sexual Essentials. One of my favorite parts about building that brand was creating a learning platform that has over 250 workshops, interviews, and so much more. Some of my favorite components are the sex position demos. Yes, you heard that right. Demos. They're featuring some people that you may already know. Good Moms Bad Choices has demonstrated some positions for us, as well as Dara. You remember her from our first episode. Those are some of my faves, as well as the lingam and yoni massages. These are great additions to add to your oral loving for your partner. Yes, I said oral loving. I'm trying to keep it clean, guys. Anyways, they are great additions and a great way to spice things up. Outside of our masterclasses, add one of these on to your normal routine and really wow your partner. Click the link below or in any of the links in our bio and sign up for our courses today. All right, now back to the show. So the next part of my show is Twitter Talk. Twitter Talk is to pay. It sounds a little messy, don't it?
I mean, my Twitter lately, I ain't gonna hold you. I've been having to hit Twitter support lately, man. I'm gonna just say that.
So Twitter, the Twitter Talk is to pay homage to Black Twitter and everything that it's been, everything that it always was, and of course,
Praise
you know,
God to Black Twitter.
when the rich folks took over and it became weird. The point is that Black Twitter lives on, the way that the culture of it, the way that shit goes viral, all of that stuff. So of course we have to talk about the Keke Palmer situation. Now I know. Now look. I am that person that my show is not current events on purpose because it's just not my thing. Yeah. Right. So I want to shift this a little bit. We've heard all the think pieces and all the other shit.
Yeah.
But as another co-parent, right? Oof. So if you guys don't know or been living under a rock or whatever, Keke Palmer went to Usher's concert, and Usher did the things that Usher is supposed to do. He was serenading the ladies, as the R&B niggas have always done.
And he's a legend. So
legend.
Come on.
First of all, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Expect your lady to almost leave you at an Usher concert.
I feel like you kind of hating if you're not encouraging her to like get that dance or whatever.
Respectfully, man.
If my man was
he's
there,
ushered, man. He done ushered in a lot of young.
Not ushered in.
He done ushered in young men like myself. You know
with the right moves.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like if it was my dude and Janet Jackson was on stage and she wanted to give him a dance, get your ass up there. It's Janet Jackson.
Come on.
When I was about to say 3LW. When Destiny's Child was up there with them three men. Up there with them three men, nobody was saying nothing. It was like good for them. I love that for y'all.
Man, enjoy the moment.
Enjoy that, right?
Yeah.
So outside of that, I want to talk about the world being offended and the world apologizing to men for the sexuality of women. And my example of that is, so I'll go to I hate going to the grocery store, by the way. First of all, when you go to the grocery store, you're not really trying to go in layers of clothes.
I'm always in the grocery store, so yeah, I know.
I hate the grocery store.
And I have to keep my mind to myself in the grocery store.
See, that's the thing. You know how we walk around the grocery store? You really in your comfortable clothes.
Oh yeah,
you in
your
in
your comfort zone.
It's a lot of ass.
You're not seeing nobody. Yeah,
it's a lot of ass at the grocery store.
What? Whole lot of ladies at the grocery store.
It's a lot of ladies at the grocery
hours.
store. It's a lot of ass at the grocery store. And personally, I don't like going because I'm really going comfortable. And what I've noticed is if I'm with a guy, now mind you, I'm single. If I'm with a guy will notice me and apologize to the man with me for how he's gawking at me, not me.
Hey, bro, you got it. Hey, bro.
They say, my bad, man. I ain't know. Like, forget me right here. This whole human, the ass owner. Forget the ass owner. And I don't like it. But I want to discuss, because you also are a co-parent as well, right? You had a child with the pussy fairy herself.
Yes.
But I want to discuss.
That makes me a wizard of the.
That makes you a wizard.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
Pussy fairy, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
The wizard.
Women. I want to discuss like just not being jealous and just really understanding like the concept of like possession and what's disrespectful, and understanding that like women having sexual autonomy and freedom in their own body literally has nothing to do with sex.
And it has nothing to do with you, man,
clearly.
Me personally.
Right.
You know, because for me, when I had my child at 21, her mother was 20. I knew at that point if I wasn't going to like be on bended knee and pursue like this traditional family, you know, storybook life, I knew I had to respect whatever decision she made following that.
Right.
Because that was the expectations from, you know, the family, and, you know, that's what, if you want to build a, you know, a good foundation for the babies, you know, you want to come together, you know. And for me at that age, I wasn't willing. I didn't believe I could like be a father for the first time and be a man, you know, like all that together. I've never seen it in my life. Me personally, right. I've never seen my dad do it. I've never seen my grandpa do it. Yeah. I've never seen my uncles do it. So, you know, I've seen all these dudes leave my mom, my aunts, I've seen all these dudes leave. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to leave, but I'm going to stay here without being with this person, because, you know, maybe we just created this life, and maybe it'll be easier for us to take the emotions out and just stick to the task.
So do you think that if people were to take their emotions out about everyone else's body, that this wouldn't keep being a conversation?
Oh yeah, because, you know, for me, like I said, I knew if I wasn't gonna pursue her and be with her and we make the family, I had to be okay with her dating or being with anyone else. You know, she got married, got divorced, got another baby. Yeah. You know, but I had to be okay with that.
I guess even your earlier statement of you've never met a woman that didn't want to possess you or control you. Mm-hmm. What is, because even before we were just joking about.
The only woman I've met like that is my mom. She ain't never want to control me. She ain't never want, like, still to this day.
Let you be free to be you.
Free, like, oh, okay, that's how you feel? Well, you're going to have to deal with this, and that, but
I feel like it's almost...
Take care with that.
I guess the way that I deal with the jealousy of the bodies and the things like that when it comes to, like, partners and, like, oh, like your babe come home and they say, yeah, you know, Beyonce danced on my dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that jealous thoughts don't come up.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that it's going to happen regardless. And just because someone may be butt ass naked doesn't mean they're available. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's a show thing. So like a level of confidence needs to be needed if you're dating people.
Oh, period.
Period. Like,
you got to be on a certain level of confidence with yourself and with whatever you invest time in. Because for me, whenever I get those, you know, those conversations, you know, those moments where, you know, this one might be saying this or this, that, I'm like, look, if you're not confident in the time we spend, that's on you. I know what I'm doing. I know I don't waste time. I don't spend time on meaningless people. I don't spend time on meaningless stuff. So if you don't feel worthy,
let yourself out.
I mean, you can leave, but I believe you're worthy and I hold you up. You know what I mean?
Now, thank you for joining in on our Twitter talk. We're going to get into these topics for today. Hey, you guys, it's your host, Samia. If you're enjoying the topics over here, honestly, I think you'd love the topics over on my learning platform. I have some private interviews over there with some amazing guests. I've interviewed Mr. Marcus, yes, that's the porn star, Passion Jones, who brought on her husband and her boyfriend, and even had some girls' night conversations with Medina from Cocktails, as well as Mila from Good Moms, Bad Choices. That conversation was amazing. We did some examples of our dirty talk, and let's just say you need to check it out. Don't just take my word for it. Make sure that you click the link below and sign up today. There are over 250 workshops, classes, interviews, and so much more. All right, now back to the show. So I do have to ask, though, because you do have an OnlyFans.
Yes.
Someone, I did not even want to look at it, but I did. For research purposes. And so with that being said, do you think that you have to date someone that's just okay with whatever it is that you choose? Or do you believe that you have to kind of like bend on that? Like, oh, I can understand that being uncomfortable, so I won't do that anymore. Where are you at this point? At your 36-year-old point? Where are you at this point? Just be honest.
I'm at, you know, like I said, having a child at 21 and spending my 20s being a father, a dedicated father, so that, you know, the mother of my child could do what she has done amazingly, you know. I think, you know, I'm not in that space. What was the question? Because whatever it is, nah.
The question is no. However you are is however you are.
Yeah, you have to accept me as I am. And if you have questions or you have, you know, if you're not okay with me being free and being open, like, move on because I'm not for you. And I'm not interested in fitting into anybody's mold because listen, what mold? Mold. See the word? A mold is bad for you. But people want people to fit into a mold for them. So
whatever they're comfortable with.
You know what I mean? My whole life has been uncomfortable.
I understand.
My whole life. You know, so and it's only grown from that uncomfortability. You know, like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Only beautiful things have come out of the uncomfortability in my life.
Yeah.
So
I could totally relate to and I really respect as a dad just giving Janae like the space to become the star that she is. As a mom, I have a 6-year-old, and so you know I was married when I had my son. Things didn't work out, and if I'm being honest, I feel like I get more support, like the support that I truly wanted in that relationship now that we're not together because he's living the life that he wants to live now. You know what I mean?
And it's no
it's no obligation to be there before. Before it was he had to be my husband as I was doing sexual essentials or whatever. And I don't think he was insecure. I think it wasn't the life for him. And also he wasn't my person.
Right.
But I really love when dads can step in and say, you know, especially in an unconventional way and take that halo off of how it should be or whatever. Because it's like if the mom is a star, you know what I'm saying? And y'all were both in that realm.
I mean, like I said, I was 21, she was 20. I had recorded albums, went through the stuff I went through, but she was also recording before, during, and after that. And what I saw, I was just like, you know what? I need to support this person. And it wasn't just like, I was supporting her as a friend. You know, like we've known each other since we went to the same elementary school.
Yeah.
Our families know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I love her beyond the physical, you know, beyond our child. Like it's beyond that.
Yeah,
so
it's your friend.
Once I noticed that she was just rising and it was her time, you know, it was just like, man, hey,
say less.
Don't worry about none of this. I'm enjoying this because I feel like the first 7 years of the child's life, dad for sure got to be there. You know, I think 7 years, every 7 years is like
the child change. Everybody changes every 7 years for
every
sure.
Every 7 years, you know what I mean? It's just like a different thing. So, yeah, you know, I love being, you know, supportive to everyone I love, and it was so easy at that point to support her because all the work she was already doing, it was just like, oh yeah, it's time.
What do you think are the keys to co-parenting? Now that you're on the other side, what do you think? I know my key.
My key to co-parenting is have fun and, you know, have fun. Like the center should be fun. Sometimes I feel like the center is always feelings or, you know, like where I'm at. No. First of all, we're parents now, and that means there are younger people that are going to be here longer than us now. You know, that we should make it enjoyable for them because maybe it wasn't enjoyable for us. Or maybe we didn't get this, you know, I didn't get the relationship I wanted with my father. Even I tried all my life, you know, before 30, after 30, you know? So for me, it's like, well, if I don't get it, I can still give it to my child. Yeah. You know, so.
For me, co-parenting, I think my biggest tip is taking yourself out of it. Act like you never dated this person. This is just a person that you are raising together. And because the thing is, as soon as you guys split up, you have no idea what they're going to do. They could already know who they're going to be with next. You know, for me, my ex-husband has been with the same woman since we split up.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it was like, it was really soon. So, of course, you know, your mind can say, well, what was happening then or whatever. But what I've learned is that everything after that has to be black and white, right? My child, that's the only color that's in this. Everything else has to be black and white. It doesn't matter what happened in the relationship. It doesn't matter what I found out happened in the relationship. It doesn't matter what clears up. Because sometimes these things come up afterwards and there's nothing you can do. And it's like, are you going to be mad about it now? Like, it's still over. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not over. There's nothing you can do.
It just was revealed to you later on.
Right.
So.
And so for me, it definitely was that. It was, and then also, in the court of law, is there a problem?
Right.
You know what I mean? You might not like this.
Right.
You might be like, I'm not comfortable with that. Is the court of law going to be uncomfortable with it?
Yeah, because if they're not, then.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so even me, I had to learn like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. That's none of his business. That's an emotional thing that I'm sharing, which he's decided he doesn't want to be emotionally attached to me. Therefore, I need to keep that shit to myself and then come to with the problem that is his business, which is if we're going to do this, this is how I would like to communicate beforehand before you go do this. Or this is the communication I would like to have, whatever. Right. And I know that we started out like that in the beginning because, you know, when you fresh from a split, you're not really trying to be friends right now. You're just trying to just have a kid, keep it alive.
Keep it cool.
You know, and of course we've gotten past that now, but in that time, I think that's really what kept things sane, just using that. And I also saw a lot of appreciation, got thanks from him. Like, you handled some stuff pretty cool. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Being able to like remove yourself
you from have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
That's very necessary. I feel like, you know, for me in my situation, a lot of the times, like when I decided not to like step up and marry her and, you know what I mean?
You're so funny.
Do all that. And I'm 21, my nigga. You feel me? Like,
relax.
Come on. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
You know, I knew at 21, you feel me? If she went through my laptop and seen the contact list,
there was going to be
ain't
issues.
No way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put no pressure like that on anyone. So I was just like, hey, you know, let's just deal with the most important thing. And that's this person we created. And let's give our best to each other for this person.
So next, do you think that it's the men who are not sexually in tune with themselves who are the ones that constantly have problems with women's sexuality?
Yeah, duh.
Why?
Duh. Because listen, as a man who is sexually free and liberated.
Tell me about that. What does that mean as a man to be
As
sexually
a man,
free?
that means like,
Explain
to be
it to another
sexually
man,
to
not
be
even to a
sexually
woman.
free means like you don't care how people think of you. You know what you are. You have your boundaries. You have, you got your mind made up. Like no one can influence me to do anything I don't want to do. Like nothing, no substances can influence me to do things I don't want to do. Like that's a free, liberated man to me. And in my freedomness and my freeness, the OnlyFans and just like appreciating my body to myself, because when you look in the mirror, you're looking at yourself.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I couldn't look in the mirror and appreciate myself because I lost a lot of different versions of myself growing up. Growing up, I lost my like younger version of myself that helped me get older.
Yeah.
I left that shit way back. You know what I mean? And I had to get that back in not a weird way. You know what I mean? Can't be weird now. I'm too grown to be weird now.
You can heal, but don't be weird.
Better.
Don't heal oddly.
Exactly. So, so yeah, it's
Personally for me, I am very attracted to men who have sexual freedom because they're not afraid of pleasure, and they also are very persistent about giving me pleasure.
Oh yes.
Right. So what
persistent.
Ways? Now I ain't gonna lie.
Gotta be persistent.
I didn't surf the OnlyFans, but I would like to know what's on a man's OnlyFans. Because I mean, what's up? What's up?
I mean, for me, because I'm a straight male. There are also other types of people that can enjoy the beauty that
other men be absolutely whacked.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And
Facts.
I don't mind. Like that doesn't bother
That ain't got nothing
me.
to do with you.
That doesn't. I'm not there. I'm not. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But what I've learned is just that it's just when you're confident in what you doing, you know what I'm saying? Like my OnlyFans, like when I take a shower and I'm feeling good, I got the fresh twist. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my phone right up in the shower. I got the seat in the shower, so I'm putting the phone right on the seat.
Okay.
You feel me? And I'm washing up. You feel me? Washing the legs.
A little lather.
Lathering. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people gotta know how to wash their legs. They ain't even washing their legs.
They joined in the OnlyFans to learn how to wash.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And learn how to lather up. You feel me? But really, the OnlyFans was just a part of me just.
Why not?
360 in myself, all right? Because I'm gonna tell you this, being in this music business, you get a lot of older people that sign contracts to you or tell you what you're supposed to do and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da, right? I could do anything on my OnlyFans and can't nobody tell me shit, and my subscribers are gonna pay for it.
What are you doing on there? There's the showers. All right, that's one.
Well, I'm showcasing my body. I'm nude. I might show a few little wild nights from my other phone. You know what I mean?
From your burner.
Yeah, from the burner phone. I go live on there a lot.
Okay.
I go live and I speak to all my sexually explicit, free, people. I speak to them on there because my following on Instagram, and Twitter,
that's
is
totally
different.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
very
saying?
different.
People on my Instagram, my TikTok, they want to see pictures of this person and maybe this and that, but my OnlyFans, I really just get to lay it all down and really be myself. So,
do you think that you would put your sexual escapades with other people on there? Or do you think that you'll keep it for just you?
I think that I would. It's just complicated when you're dealing with someone else. You don't know if they want to show it.
You're not
they're
against
gonna
it.
be in. Yeah, I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Now, is it something that you want for sure, or is it just like if it comes up and
if it happens
then
naturally,
it's
I feel like I'm with it. But
I feel that.
I'm definitely like a
It's yours.
sexual person. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of who I am, what I got going on. Like I will not
You should
be
be
pressured.
proud of what you have going
I will
on.
not be pressured to circumcise myself. I'm sorry.
You know what I found?
I just won't.
You think people want you to?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, OnlyFans. I mean, the whole viral thing, like that showed me that a lot of people.
Your dick went viral?
Yeah.
I found you from, well, I saw you at the event the other day.
Yeah.
And then I heard from you from Good Moms, Bad Choices. Eric and Mila have been on the show. Their book is in the library.
Yes, I saw that.
So, we had the watermelon fiasco. That's when I saw your face everywhere. And I was like, fuck, everybody's eating fruit. This is good. This is good fad. Good.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I found that men that have not been circumcised feel everything way more. And they be like, they be in love in the pussy. Like they be like, eyes gone. Rolling back. They be gone.
Eyes rolling bitter-dack.
So so on your OnlyFans, do you use like cock rings or any toys?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff you into? Like what have you explored since sexual freedom that you think that you would not have tried when you were more maybe like on other people's wavelength or doing what you think that what was acceptable? Well, what have you tried outside of that?
Well, I've definitely tried like wearing cock rings.
I like
and
cock
getting
rings.
like a neural massage. I got my first one the other day, and it was really, really nice.
So I throw this event every year. It's a live sex art show. It's called the Art Exhibit with 3 X's. And it's a black tie event. So you show
Tell me more.
So you show up like gowns, tuxes, like very much so suited and booted, and there are different live sexual acts going on. And so last year, Pure Intimacy did a neuro massage and a sexual act with another performer, and it was amazing. So
oh my God.
We'll talk about some of those things. So you guys make sure you head over to Patreon because we will be discussing more of the sex stuff over there. But with that being said, a neural massage is like naked to naked and definitely more intimacy.
Yes.
What are some ways that you think that you're really good with intimacy? Not necessarily sex, but what makes you said you're a sexual person.
Yeah.
I don't think of myself as a sexual person.
I
think I'm trifling. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm nasty.
I'm sexual. I see sex everywhere. And I mean, like, because I also I used to grow plants. Like I used to be a grower for like 3 years, like grow weed and shit like
when
that.
You say grower, that's not
like,
what I think. But go ahead.
Like grow, like I'm a grower too, though. I'm a grower too, not a shower, but a grower. But where were we? Lost.
You said that you're more sexual.
Oh yeah. I'm more sexual.
I find myself as more sensual. You said you see sex everywhere.
I see sex everywhere because when you think about plants, and plants are everywhere, and there's male and female, and then when there's male and female, there's magic, and it's like I'm a male, so it's like there are more females on this earth than me, so I see magic everywhere all the fucking time. Like even if I'm not involved in it, even if it's totally separate from me, I'm like it's a magic.
I'm still enjoying it. I think I'm definitely more sensual. So like I'm a sapiosexual, so I love conversation, and you got to talk to me, or else it's like it's hard for me to feel connected.
Yeah.
But then also on the other hand, I say that I'm more sensual because I can experience pleasure without sex, which makes me feel more sensual than sexual. Sexual, I understand, can mean more things, but I just don't feel like it's an accurate depiction of me.
Of your
I feel like like sensual to me is like how I touch someone else, how I hug them, how I smell, like the ways in which like their mind is thinking about me when I'm not there. Like whether we're being sexual or intimate or not, like I like when people are in my space and they're like, damn, it's a vibe in here. What you're feeling is my sensuality. You're smelling something good in the air, like you're seeing something, as luscious as this. As luscious as this,
Lord have mercy.
And then
Lord have mercy.
I feel like I'm more sensual.
Oh, yeah.
So question, since you are sexually free, let's talk about a couple things. I want to know, have you tried anything that you feel like as a heterosexual male, you feel like you were not supposed to try? Or is there anything on your list?
I'm going to tell you right now. The first, like, this is maybe like a year, I would say like a year ago. This is the first time I ever let, a shawty that's, what I'm saying, doing her thing.
Okay.
You feel me? But then she want to lift the leg up.
Okay,
she want to lift
so
my fucking leg up. and you know what I'm saying?
And she ate your ass?
Smooth. Yo.
You don't want to stay.
Well,
Why you look away from me? Look at me.
First time ever. First time, because I do the eating.
Shit feels good, don't it?
I do the eating. Okay?
It feels good, don't it?
I'm doing the eating.
Tell them that it feel good so they'll let us do it.
I'm doing the eating. Yes, it feels. Whoa, Shawty, what you doing? But the only thing I gotta say is, I can't turn around and like toot
Okay,
it.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Please don't ask me to turn around and toot it for you.
I don't want to talk about the stuff you don't want to do.
You know
I'm
what I'm
talking
saying?
about the stuff
But
that's okay.
you know what I mean? I put my leg up and this leg to the, you feel me?
Now you ain't mad at it.
You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it, but this is the first year I've ever, like I said, I'm usually the eater. You feel me? But shit.
So, question, you was going for that cup. You need a little shot?
Have mercy, Lord.
So, question, do you think that in your, one, I want to know, what is your relationship style? Are you monogamous?
Absolutely not.
Well, are you polyamorous?
Absolutely.
You believe so?
Yeah. I believe that for me, my love does not come in one stream. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. My love is not a river. It's an ocean.
I love
okay?
That.
Shout out to all you river lovers, lake lovers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do what works for you.
But my name starts with an O, ocean. You know what I'm saying? Orion is an ocean of love. You feel me? So if you can't swim, get your ass up out the ocean. Go to the pool.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
So wild.
Because for me, like, I have a lot of love to give. And I'm not saying sexually. I'm talking about to my friends, to my family, to people I don't know. I have a lot of love to give, and I will never stop giving it to wherever it's needed. You know what I mean? So to me, what a relationship embodies, it doesn't require that. Yeah. That output of love, just, you know what I mean? But that's me though. So,
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? I'm just not made for it.
A lot of people are like, I don't know why people are polyamorous, First of all, I'm not here to argue that. If you're monogamous, I 100%
no, that's what's up. There's a lot.
People being who you are. When you try to be something that you're not, it fucks up everything else. Now you got people that are monogamous dating people that's polyamorous, and they're not okay with their partner being polyamorous. You got a lot of people that don't understand the boundaries nor respect the rules
because there's rules and boundaries. It ain't just wild.
Not even rules, it's boundaries.
It's not just wild stuff.
So, first of all, doing what I do, like outside of Sexual Essentials, outside of the podcast, content, like, and climbing this like social thing, I've found that being polyamorous is the hardest shit in the fucking world, because finding other people that have the same boundaries and integrity behind how they do polyamory is very, very difficult.
Integrity.
I am also a person that loves couples, so I'm a huge unicorn. So like
couples love me. I don't really love couples. I get awkward around couples, but couples love me. I'll be like,
I love love. I love to be loved on.
You start tripping, we gonna fight.
My booty hole out. We need to relax. Everybody need to chill. We got booty holes out.
Exactly.
I feel like for me, I love couples because I love just seeing love. Like you, I just need a lot of it.
Too.
Like even in friendships, like if I start dating somebody, and my friends have seen it too, like if they start dating somebody, we all lead in with like, I am very serious about my relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean all of them.
All of them,
my
not
friendship,
just one.
like I date my friends, I bring them flowers, they bring me flowers. We're there for each other. There are times where we don't want you around, not because we don't miss you, we don't like you. It's just like you're not our needed. Time. Yeah, it's our time. But polyamorous wise, what's your experience like polyamory in this? You have this celebrity lane.
Well, I will say that.
Have you gotten a chance to really practice and experience a healthy polyamorous relationship?
No, I would not say that I've. Well, I will say that maybe I am practicing a healthy one now, because the women that I do deal with, like physically, they know.
They're aware.
Yeah. And this is the first time in my life where, they ain't really bitching about it or making me feel like a horrible person. Right. Because I'm being honest about it, because I'm being open about it.
And holding your boundaries on it as well.
You know what I mean? And not stepping outside of, what I'm saying, my schedule, my solid 3 or my solid 5.
They can trust what you're saying about the situation.
Yeah, because there's 5, that doesn't mean there's 10.
Right.
Like for me, it's crazy, but like, for me, I'm the type of man, like I'm either gonna have, 3 or 30. it's no, you know, I'm
That's
either
so
have
crazy.
3
I don't want
or
30. I'm a.
Well, see, I don't want 30 either. But if I don't choose
it goes
3,
one way or the other.
I got 30 for sure.
I feel that
in a rotation. And it's like I don't want to live that life.
I understand.
I want to have a solid, you know, agreeable team that's just like, hey, we love this nigga right here, and he good to us, and he honest to it. And
Are you
we know,
okay with them having other men?
Obviously, because they
Don't
have
say
them.
obviously. You know
They
damn
have
well.
them. Obviously, my baby mama didn't had all kind of men after we had a child. My child is 15, so yeah, if she can have, you know what I'm saying, they can definitely explore. You know, can they handle that?
Yeah.
That's up for me to determine. You know what I mean? Because me, I can handle, you know, making multiple people feel
You know what's
climax and feel good. You know what I mean? But
What
if
I
you
found-
can't handle that, then stay in your lane.
You're an Aquarius, right?
February 12th. Yes.
You know, thank you, darling. And I was about to say the tarot
yes.
cards too. What's about to say? So my sign that I say I would never date again. You know, we all have. Do you have one? Do you have one?
I do.
You do. What's yours?
Pisces.
They look old people.
Oh my God. They just swim in 2 different streams, and it's just like, I'm straight. I'm a water bearer, so I'm a water holder. And if I don't care what you doing in there, just respect that I'm holding the water that you're swimming in. That's all.
When mine was an Aquarius.
February or January?
He's like
February or January?
February.
What's the date?
3rd, maybe.
Oh hell.
You think too close? I don't know.
Oh,
Damn,
hell.
what's his birthday?
I'm the 12th,
I don't know.
so I'm the realest. I'm the realest.
That's what it
Aquarius
is.
as
I
it
ain't
get.
had the right one, huh?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's not that I don't believe it, but I would say it's been very difficult just finding somebody to. I want to have a healthy relationship. I'm
Yeah.
ready, and I'm a main partner poly type person, so
Well,
I want
well,
a
I'll
main
say
partner.
Aquarius. You know what I mean? Health. We have to really be into that health because we're so futuristic in our thoughts.
Yeah.
We're getting past it. You know, we're about moving forward. So sometimes we lose the health and we lose the structure and
Lose
just
yourself and
chasing
other people, everybody else.
people get lost in me all day.
I believe you. I believe you.
You know?
I feel like
So,
people lay
yeah.
down with you and forget the rest of their schedule for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that happens all the time. Like
Yeah.
getting them to go home like is the hardest
It's
thing
crazy,
for me.
huh?
It's what? 3 days
Anyways.
you've been here.
Now look, we're gonna wrap up this episode on Patreon. So make sure y'all click the link below to do that. But before we do that, I have to ask, if you were to be a dom or a sub, which one would you be?
A dom for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Have you tried the other side? How do you know you're not a switch? Are you sure you're not a switch?
Because when I'm at the airport and people are walking in the wrong line, you know what I'm saying? It's like I feel personally obligated to tell them, you went the wrong way. Did you know that?
With the finger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finger and all. No matter the race, age, I feel like, you know what? I'm 36. I know I got locks and I look like a Rasta man, but I'm a nigga from the west side of California. You know what I'm saying?
Control is okay. A little control. You okay with control?
Yeah.
I found that, of course, like doing what I do, I'm constantly in control of my life. So yes, there's always the desire to be submissive. And as a woman and just being in your feminine, you want to be controlled and told what to do, regardless. But I've discovered that I have another side. I haven't named her yet. I don't really know her name.
What other side?
It's definitely a dom side. There's a part of me.
And when does it
come up?
Yeah.
I haven't found someone to like explore this.
Oh, so
with.
it takes a certain
type of
element.
person
It takes a certain environment to
bring it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The type of dom that I would like to be would be a person that teaches people and holds people accountable for reaching their goals. Like I would want to sexually punish or uplift people if they're getting closer, like
I've never heard that term.
like I feel like I would
That's
want
amazing.
people to come to me and tell me like what their goals are, what their dreams are, and then I am holding them accountable. Like, did you do this? Did you work on this?
Now that you say that, I know I got a lot of sexual achievements I didn't hand it out. So wow, that's amazing.
I feel like
Punishments
that's something I would want to be a beacon of light for encouraging people to be the best person they want to be. But I would only want to do that for other bosses. Like I want to do that for other
like-minded,
doms.
right?
No, I want to do it for other doms.
Oh,
who doms the dom? You know what I mean? I have no desire to like do that for somebody that's not doing what they need to do to be where they want to be, regardless. But for the people that, when you become an entrepreneur or you're a creative, you have to dom yourself. You have to be like, no, this is how I reward myself. This, I'm gonna punish myself for whatever. And you have to know,
do this.
you have to have that discipline and know when to turn shit on and give yourself a little something like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a little this type of pleasure. Then tomorrow I'm about to work like this or whatever. But who doms the dom outside of yourself? And the only person you would trust is another dom. And it's like, I would love to be a safe place for other dominant people to to just be there to support them through those
now
other
that I
spots.
think about it,
so I need to know, like, are you sure like you're all dominant, or do you think like you might be a switch?
I mean, maybe for the right situation. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you gotta know ultimately what you're dealing with. And I feel like people see me, come up on me, and they assume a lot that is very incorrect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm short, but I'm long, okay?
First of all, he said,
you know what I'm saying? It ain't about the height, it's about the length.
I would like to come on here and clarify.
Know what I'm saying? It ain't about the height, it's about the length. And the ladies know. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of assumptions that, like, I've dealt with people and seen a lot of them just be surprised. And it's like, that shit pisses me off. Like, don't be surprised by me.
I like
just
when people
fucking
are
relax and take it as it is. Like, that, oh, wow, like sometimes it's awkward for me. And it's like,
we don't appreciate that. We don't appreciate this.
You know what I'm saying?
So, thank you for joining in on this conversation today. Hey, you guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. I just had to stop by and let you know that if you have not ordered your thigh-high socks from Sexual Essentials, you're behind. I know how it feels to buy lingerie and you say, ooh, I'm going to be real sexy and put it on, and it's sitting in the back of your drawer collecting dust. Let me tell you, the thigh-high socks are just so convenient. They're super sexy and they're actually comfortable. So instead of feeling like you have to make that large leap into lingerie, try the thigh-high socks. Your partner gets to see you looking sexy as well as yourself, and they're super comfortable. Don't forget to use our code NJASP for 15% off. Tell your friends and make sure that you get your favorite color before they're gone. All right, now back to the show. You guys, if you want to tap into the sex tip for today, head over to Patreon because we're going to record that segment there. So we're going to skip ahead. We're going to talk about pussy eating on there.
Oh, yeah.
And I have some toys because you were eating this watermelon the way that you eat pussy. All right, like
Similar.
I said, head over to the Patreon.
Similar.
Okay, so we can do that over there. All right, so we're going to end with our spiritual tip of the day. Wait, hold on. There is a letter. Dear Samia, because normally this is like advice.
Oh.
Yes. Dear Samia, I heard on your stories that Orion was coming on the show and I had to write in. I don't need any advice, but I have a question. Can you please let him know how disappointed I was that I missed seeing him undressed at the Black Eden event? I arrived a little too late and was so sad. When do you think the next time you will undress will be?
Oh my God.
Can they ask, like, question, if they miss the event, are they like allowed to like ask for consent to see it? Like, is it like a rain check?
If they
like
miss the event, they can DM me on OnlyFans. They can DM me on OnlyFans and be like, look, I missed the event,
but I need to
show
see
me
what's
that thing
up.
swing.
That's
you
fair.
know what I mean? And I'll be in the bathroom, you feel me, swinging that thing.
So you're going to be at the airport, you're going to just stop in the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. Any
that's
bathroom.
Real.
Any bathroom that I'm near.
You're going to stop right there.
I'm going to let you, you know what I'm saying?
Because
get a
you paid
glimpse.
for that ticket.
And not only that, it didn't go viral not only because of who I am. I think it went viral. The jumping jacks went viral because I'm the real. Butt naked jumping jacks. Okay, and let me tell you, after my butt naked jumping jacks went viral, Peloton, I seen you.
Wait.
The dude from CSI, he had a butt naked working out. Y'all had a butt naked working.
They owe you a check.
Bruh, they had a butt naked working out commercial, and y'all chose the wrong one. But it's okay, we can redo it. You know what I'm saying? I could do the jumping jacks again. You just do the little blurry. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
You have been over here defending this dick, okay?
Hey,
defending
I got the
dick.
Napoleon Dynamite. You feel me? Napoleon.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the real Napoleon. You feel me? But not in the way you think. You know, Napoleon ice cream. Napoleon Dynamite, baby. Yeah.
Wait, but when you pull the head back, there do be some pink.
It's Napoleon. That's what I'm trying to tell. It's chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. You got flavors, baby. You know what you want. I got the flavor.
You gotta eat a little bit to get to the vanilla. You know what? All right. So make sure you join us on Patreon. We gotta do my last segment because we're about to get kicked off. Okay, the last segment is the spiritual tip of the day.
God.
The tip being the key word.
Oh, okay.
No, okay, seriously. Spiritual tip of the day.
Okay.
Is this segment that we do because, you know, we talk about a lot of these like healing, universe, witchy bitch, wizard. Like we say a lot of things, and I think a lot of people are really intimidated because they just don't know what you're talking about. But it's just like talking to your doctor. Like if you don't understand the jargon that they're being used, you're gonna feel away. It's gonna make you feel uncomfortable, intimidated, and you really want to feel included. Yeah. And so we trying to include you, help you be a witchy bitch too. So the spiritual tip of the day, and this is like, it's not like, oh, I don't believe in God type shit. It's all the things. Spiritual people believe in all that shit.
Absolutely, because it's all the same.
It's all there. So I just wanted us to pull some tarot cards. When I went to the event and saw you the other day, it was just really nice because I saw your watermelon interview before, and I was like, oh, it'd be great to bring him on the show. You know, let him talk to, you know, one of the sex girls. And you know, those manifestations, they always come up and show up and show out. So, all right. Go ahead, pull your card. You want the top, bottom? You want to pull randomly? What's up?
I'm gonna come right on in the middle.
In the middle?
My favorite section.
Favorite section. All right, I'm gonna pull one.
See, and this is my favorite.
What card is it?
I got the Queen of Pentacles.
Talk about it.
You dig?
I got the. Which one is this? The 9 or the 4?
The 5.
All right, I'm not good with this. Oh, it's the 4.
The 4.
It's the 4. I got the 4 of Pentacles. Damn. Wow. See, I should have pulled these before. Wow. I think you got me so flustered because you were like all walking in my house with a coconut, and so I was like, I had to, you know, I had to hydrate the I was station. Like, where the fuck you get a coconut in Atlanta?
You know, because I know everybody be on like, you know, oh, Juice Heads ATL. Shout out Juice Heads ATL.
Really?
They always got the fresh coconuts.
We got to get you a picture in Tulum. You guys, we are shooting at the Something Extraordinary Content House today. We are on the magnificent Rust Wall. You look so great on the Rust Wall. So make sure y'all check the link below. We do have events coming up. Not sure when this episode is coming out, but we have events every single month. And you can also book to either record your podcast, shoot, photography, whatever. Just DM us, as well as live audience recordings for your podcast. All right? All right. So I'm going to read this one. The 4 of Pentacles. That's what I got. Vast wealth has been accumulated here, and as a result, you have become protective of what you have earned. Though some amount of conservatism is good for one's feeling of stability, this card can also warn of stinginess and have a miserly attitude. Ooh. Sheesh. So Pentacles is for resources, finances, health, manifestation, and material matters. And the 4s is for stability, application, and formation. For me, I feel like this card is absolutely applicable because like the keywords are conservation, security, and frugality. And I know for me, I'm going through this transition of this house. So you guys have probably heard me say it before. I was sexually free. I was financially free last year with my career with Sexual Essentials. And I took my entire life savings and poured it into this house. And so there have been so many changes of leveling up into a new situation, getting off at a new floor on the elevator. And I'm in that elevator stage where I'm waiting for the doors to open. And so it makes me feel like I can't do this or shouldn't do that. And I feel like this card was definitely pulled because I almost didn't go to the event where I met you. Wow. Because it was the end of the night. And honestly, I don't feel like I should be receiving pleasure in that way, going out right now when I have so many things I'm supposed to be working on. And if I would have thought like that, or if my producer didn't want to see your dick, I would have missed, you know, I would have missed. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? She made sure I went, she made sure I networked. So I really love that for me. But because of that, I was trying to, I got to sit at home and I would have missed something that's for me. Of course, in other ways as well, just remembering that I am forever abundant, not really acting in scarcity, So that was my card. And then we're going to pull yours, Queen of Pentacles.
Woo.
All right.
Shout out to the queens out there. Shout out all the queens out there.
All right.
You know a king when you see one.
So Queen of Pentacles, keywords is practicality, creature comforts, financial security, a woman that is blessed with the gifts of sensual comforts and domestic talents, a motherly figure at times. She seeks to bring to her loved ones joy through all things that are worldly by cooking, cleaning, and creating a wonderful home. So again, Pentacles is resources. But
I'm gonna tell you something that I received from this, right? I was raised by nothing but
Queen.
Nothing but. So
I've heard you say that in a lot of
So I
interviews.
feel like a lot of why even some women are attracted to me is because they're attracted to the feminine side of me that is on the outside of me, because
you're comfortable.
You know what I mean? Queen. I was raised by queens. I wasn't raised by kings. My kingship is all organized and created by me now, but it wasn't like I wasn't ushered in like as a prince and no, that wasn't my journey. Like I was brought up by queens, had to come up and then start protecting them as they protected me at first. Then I started to protect them, and then now I have my own kingdom. I feel like a lot of young men's journey is that way, but because we don't have a lot of kings to bring us up, or take us along the way, we don't think we're kings or we don't think we're worthy. But it's like, yo, where you think you came from? You came up out of queen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Only a king can come up out of queen.
Absolutely. I love that you say that. This show is not just for women; it's definitely for men too. So I'm glad that you're leaving us on that note, because if you haven't had that type of guidance, just understand that it's in you regardless. That's just a choice.
Oh yeah.
So please tell the folks where they can find you, and then if you guys want to see more of Orion, make sure that you head over to Patreon, because we will wrap up there. But tell them where they can find you, what you got going on, and how we can support you.
Okay, you guys can find me on Instagram by Orion, but it's spelled with a 0 because I'm the first number. I'm not number 1. I'm number 0, the first number. So that's what the 0's about. Orion on Instagram, Orion with O's on OnlyFans, and
we'll drop those links below, you guys.
Sunny Orion on Twitter, and Sunny Orion on Twitter because Sunny is like, this is who people know me as, like, growing up, my mind, like my family, my friends, they call me Sunny, and I feel like my Twitter is like my thoughts. It's like, it's certain stuff I will say on Twitter I would never type on Instagram because that's just not my
it's not the
Instagram vibe. I got different levels, different layers to a player, okay?
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
I
having
really
me.
enjoyed this conversation. And like I said, you guys, if you want to see the rest, make sure that you head over to Patreon so we can talk about these sex things. Make sure that you tune in to the rest of the episodes and catch up. Please don't forget to follow us, tell a friend, and please leave a review. It takes $0.00 to simply repost one of the reels that's your favorite.
Hit the like.
Hit the like, all of that stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.